Welcome to Thin Blue Whiskey, and we have a really special one that I opened up.
He opened up that fat cat.
That fat cat.
Yeah, that
Mm.
will just.
Cut. Okay, let's go back to one.
Hoo boy.
Yeah. Hey.
This is Willett Family Estate Single Barrel Bourbon, not the rye.
Nope, not the rye.
The purple top, the elusive purple top that most people try to chase down, and I was lucky enough to pick this up a year and a half, 2 years ago. This is the Kansas, one of the Kansas bottlings from a couple years ago, the Fat Cat. This is bottle number 29 of 169, 8-year, 127.2 proof.
Spicy meatball.
That's going to be a tight one.
Barrel number 7126. Yeah, so I sat out. I decided, you know what? I'm tired of looking at two purple tops. The other one up there is 10-year, and I got tired of looking at it. And my curiosity killed the Fat Cat.
Yep, there it is.
There we are.
I'm working on that one all day.
No, it just came to me.
Yeah.
It was like this glistening
I had an
light.
epiphany.
Yeah. But I wanted to see what you guys thought of this. Let's just
Okay.
see what we think.
Totally blind. You know, I've never had anything of this sort.
Have you
so-
even had the Willett bourbon, the one that in the genie bottle?
Nope.
Okay.
That pot still looking
Yep.
thing. Nope. Let's be honest. It has always been outpriced for me to even consider it. So, no.
I get the same thing on all the Willets.
Yes.
I always get plums or cherries off of Willet, like dark
Okay.
red
Yes.
cherries.
Yes. 100%. I get that. But what else is there?
That's really all that hits me every time. That's what gets me.
It is cinnamon, red
Yep.
hot tamale.
See, I'm not getting that, but I'm
And
building up to it.
When I first opened this, I thought it was that cinnamon red hot thing was in conjunction with their rye. I thought the Willett ryes were kind of known for that. I wasn't expecting it when I opened this, and then it just hit me like a ton of bricks. And it has mellowed. I will say it's mellowed on the cinnamon red hots in the last 2 weeks since this has been open.
I get but with all the Willets, like on the nose for me is always like dark red fruit.
That's
love
where I was
that.
going with.
And then some
almost like a
some honey sweet in there too. But it's so dense with how the proof is on these. These
Sugar
are so
plums.
dense. Yeah,
Sugar
It's
plums
the
dancing
proof
in my
dancing in
head.
my head. Yes.
walks its way through a lot of that, but I do get kind of the dark red fruit. I don't get any of the cinnamon like the
Really?
red hot stuff, but
I do when I really just like slowly inhale an entire lungful. Like it burns a bit, like that, like big red gum.
yeah.
I do get the honey sweetness with the fruit.
Proofy,
It's a little proof.
to be expected.
Oh god, that's better.
It's good.
That
it's
is
good.
better than when I opened it.
He just nutted with the fat cat in his mouth.
Hey, B. Guys, we're a family show. Just kidding. Ain't no kids drinking this expensive shit.
I got a story for you guys. Okay.
Story time with Uncle Jay.
The other night we were at a barbecue at the neighbor's house for a birthday. I had a fairly high proof IPA, like 8%. And Leon comes sneaking up, and then I had my beer sitting there. He's like, "Oh, thanks, Dad." And he takes and turns it around. I'm like, "Have a sip, bud." And he's like, "Yeah," and I'm like, "Have a sip of
It's
that."
your own kid. You can get away with it.
It's an 8% really hoppy IPA, like aggressive.
Mm-hmm.
He goes, he smells it, and he's like, takes a sip. He's like starts like gagging, and I'm like, put my beer down and go away.
That's right.
I think I
Come
just
back
broke.
when you're a
Yeah.
real man.
I think I just broke my kid. Like, it was funny. But yeah, it's
Come back when you want a
Yeah.
shot at the title.
Yeah.
You should want a shot at the belt.
good luck, pal. I got a lot of work going on here.
My kid's climbed in the ring with me a couple of times, and he's getting close, but he ain't there yet. No, this is really good. I mean,
Yeah.
Oh,
obviously, you guys can go through all the particulars of it, but high proof, a lot of complex flavors, a lot of stuff that just hits you all
Yeah.
at once.
Super dense.
Super dense. It is. God, I don't want to say it because you guys are going to kill me. It's a mouthful. There's a lot going on in there.
A fat cat is a mouthful.
See, I tee them up, you guys hit them out.
This, again, it is better than it was when I opened it. And I was putting it with a cigar, so
Yeah.
hard telling if the cigar
I can see that.
pairing, was spot on or not. I thought at the time that I liked the pairing. I thought at the time that this was really good. But this is phenomenal.
Mm-hmm.
I'm even going to say this to be, I don't usually say this much, a splash of water
Ooh.
might open this up
I already drank all
Jimmy?
mine.
incredibly.
No, I already drank all
Yes,
mine.
we
We're
got
good.
it. So Jimmy and I have started doing this a little bit.
And I even
on the-
regressed. I've been drinking neat all week long
Have
just
you
because I kind of learned the error of our ways in our last research experiment. We did ice with some, and it ruined almost every single one.
So let's do this.
Okay, I'm still a man of science.
We just happen to
I
have
finished
ice.
mine, so you force me more.
See, that may or may not have been strategery on my part.
I mean, yeah, we need it all. We all need a little.
Give me that fat cat.
So it's gonna be one of those days.
If I die, will you guys please clear all my browser histories, including mobile? Private browsing.
Especially those
is
that
your
say
best
the
friend.
fat cat.
That's right. All right. So the
So-
science behind, yeah.
So
The race is on.
when this video posts, it is going to be probably after what Jimmy and I did without you. But I humored him.
It just
It
didn't
wasn't
feel
a
the
fat
same.
cat.
We made a lot of eye contact. It didn't feel the same, Jay.
But yeah, but I humored him,
Damn, me
and we
getting this
decided
and
to
everything.
do some ice. We did neat, we did ice, and what we learned was and like you've said it a lot on this channel, is that ice is going to it's never going to make anything like overwhelmingly better. It's going to bring out maybe some things that are good, but it could bring out some things that are also really bad.
Like
Yeah.
if it's a really tannic, like a pretty sharp whiskey,
Yep.
It'll just
all
make
it's
it
going
worse.
to do, it's going to give you very sweet up front off the ice and cold. And then the moment your palate warms up that whiskey, all you're going to get, you're going to miss all the stuff in the middle, and you're just going to get straight up tannins.
So
You are correct. We ran
did
into that.
You are-
and we kind of learned that over just
Yeah.
a couple of videos that we did. And I asked him, and I've never asked him before, I said, what is it with ice that you like? Do you like the cold or do you like the dilution? And he said, I think I like the cold.
It was the cold.
Cold.
And so I said, well, maybe experiment with stones. Now, you got to be really careful with stones and your expectation of whiskey stones. They're not going to turn your drink ice cold like most people. I hear so many people say stones are trash. They don't work, blah, blah, blah. But stones do work for what they're intended to do. They're not going to turn your drink ice cold. They're going to
It'll take
cool
it from
down.
ambient to, slightly less,
Well,
but
and also, if you like your whiskey cold, get a nice flask that is metal.
just
and
put
throw it in your cooler.
Yep.
Say you're at the lake, throw your flask in the cooler. And then if you have stones that you keep in the cooler as well, you can throw them in your glass.
I'd
pour
end
your
up
whiskey on it. It's
swallowing
just-
one. Bad idea.
I've had one in my
What is
kidney
that?
before.
Oh,
Yeah,
hey.
What's that
It
weird
was fun.
obstruction in your colon?
Yeah.
It's not a gerbil.
All right.
The one thing that we did, or at least I rationalized out of that, is when I travel, or when you go to a place and you're served something like the Gentleman's Cube, the craft ice.
Yeah.
I obviously like that because it doesn't melt. And even in a double, it'll last 20, 30 minutes.
That's where I think if you were to get you like one of those 6-packs of Gentleman Cube molds and start drinking it on
Ooh, that is nice.
everything that you do in the evenings on a Gentleman's Cube versus a
Rather than just
handful of small ice
Garbage
cubes,
crust ice, fridge
I
ice.
think you would be better served.
I believe so. Like I said, I'm not trying to be like these guys. Don't tell them, but I have started drinking a lot more neat, just to try to, make sure that I'm picking up some of the flavors. Because I'm always the stooge that's behind the curve with you guys picking up all the different, pieces out of it. So I'm trying to get there, but I don't know. This doesn't hurt it. I mean, in my mind.
This
but
ice in this whiskey is fantastic.
It is good.
this was a good. So we've got one out of like everything.
It doesn't bring forward any.
God, it made it so much mellower and just easier.
All the ice did was it kind of muted the ethanol burny, the 127 proof, but it did not bring forward any astringency. It didn't do anything. It kind of watered down the flavor a little bit, but it's still delicious.
Ooh,
Yeah,
I like it.
it still left the plummy sweetness in there.
Yes.
Yep.
It still left the tannin, the age, the proof. This proof is still there. You drink it, you're like, oh, this is a hotter whiskey.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe the theory with the ice is when you get into the higher proofs, like above the 115s and 120s, maybe it, you're just watering down lesser. I mean, and I get that. That's been my jam for 25 years, but okay, maybe 30.
Man, that's fantastic. I like it better without the ice, just because I prefer room temperature. I like neat.
Me too.
But if you were going to serve this to me on an ice ball or
Wouldn't be terrible.
small cube, it's not going to be anything other than delicious.
Oh, it didn't, like you guys said, it didn't pull away any of the good stuff. It just maybe made it a little less burny.
I think that is just because it's cold.
Yeah, and maybe that's back to
Once
my
it warms
weird
back
history.
Up, it kind of still warms you up.
Oh, sure.
Like
That's
you're like,
good.
that's still warm.
I love that nice warm kitty.
That is a good fat cat.
Nice, warm, fat cat.
Meow.
All right, with that,
That's a good
the
one.
Willett Purple Top,
You
the
can't go
first
wrong.
time on the channel. Listen,
Oof.
I've kind of communicated with one of the guys who had a hand in picking this.
And the
Dan?
fat cat?
Yeah,
He put his hand in the fat cat.
Dan. Sorry about my friend Jay here, but I know you're going to watch this because you watched our first Willett video.
Yep.
You
You're welcome.
were like one of the first guys who reached out and
It is a quality
appreciated
product.
our review of the Willett Kansas, the 7-year Willett Rye
Yep.
that came out.
Yep. Right there.
So, Dan, fantastic job on the Fat Cat.
Yep.
Love it. Great job. Keep up the good work. And get me, I think it's a Shorebirds, because that Shorebirds was like 130, a lot of proof. And it sounds really delicious. And I'm still trying to figure out how I need to find one.
Let's help ourselves, Dad.
All right, guys. Hope you enjoyed it. Willett Purple Top.
Good one.
They're great, obviously.
The fact that you can't ruin it with a little bit of ice shows that this one kind of punches up. So
Yep.
I like it.
Hey, we haven't said anything. Like, comment, subscribe. Help us out. What do you think of the Willett Purple Top? Let us know in the comments, and we'll see you next time right here on Thin Blue Whiskey.